This is a presentation on ledger line notes. In our first presentation, we learned the letter names that are associated with each line and space of the treble and the bass clef. Here's where we left it. For the treble clef lines, we use the mnemonic Elvis Goes Belly Dancing Fridays. The mnemonic we use for the spaces is simply to put the four letters together, face. For the bass clef, the phrase we use is Go Buy Diamonds from Africa, representing the 5 lines G, B, D, F, and A. For the spaces we use All Cows Eat Grass. For the letter names A, C, E, and G. Theorists came up with a system to extend the staff because if all we had were the letter names of the staff, well, music would be very boring and use a very, very small range. So notes can also go above and below the staff with the use of ledger lines, small lines which are used to extend the staff. If the note is above the staff, you're going to go forward in the musical alphabet using the same system of naming each line and space until you get to the new note. If a note is below the staff, you're going to do exactly the opposite and go backward in the musical alphabet. This is best demonstrated if we just do a few together. This first example is the treble clef. We know that the closest line to our ledger line note is F. From there, we're going to count up and go forward, naming each line and space in between F and our new note. The line is F, so the space above it will be G. The line above that will be A. And finally, the name of our new note is B. The same system is in place for the bass clef. Find the closest note, go up until you get to the new note, naming each line and space. The closest line that we know the name of for sure is A. The space above A is B, and finally our new note is C. When we work below the staff, we're going to go backwards in the musical alphabet. That means the closest line to our new note is E. That's the one that we know for sure. Before E is the letter D, so that will be the space below E. Under D comes C. The space below that is B. So therefore the name of our note on this line is A. The same will be true for the bass clef. Identify the note that's closest to our new note and go backwards, naming every line and space till you get there. The bottom line is G. The space below that will then be F because we're going backwards. We're going down, so we're going backwards. So the space is F. And finally, the name of our new note is E. These next few slides will just be some practice for you. Please identify each note, pause the tape, and then when you have your answer, proceed onwards and I'll give you the correct answer. Pause here. The name of this note is D. Pause here. This note is A. Pause here. This note's letter name is D. Pause here. This note is C. Pause here. This note is B as in boy. Finally, pause here. The name of this last note is G. If you missed any of these, please go back through this slideshow and figure out what you did wrong and give it another try. Good luck!